Welcome to episode 11 of the Miss Strawberry Makes podcast. Checks to see it's episode 11. Yes, it is. Miss Strawberry Makes is a crafty podcast about knitting, crocheting, sewing, and any other crafty shenanigans that I get up to. I'm Michelle. You can find me on Instagram as Miss Strawberry Short Girl, on Ravelry as Miss Michelle Bell, and there's also a Ravelry group for this podcast called the Strawberry Patch. Come and join. That's where giveaways will be, and join for chatter and fun things like that. So, okay. Well, thank you. If this is your first time watching, thanks for trying me out. I hope you enjoy it. And if you're a returning viewer and subscriber, hey, so nice to have you back. Thanks. Means so much. It's been about 4 weeks since I've filmed a podcast, so I feel a little rusty again, but let's just go ahead and, well, what has happened since the last podcast these 4 weeks? Well, Easter happened. It was a very nice Easter, except for the fact that it snowed, which was crazy. I don't know if I've ever had snow on Easter before. That was kind of bizarre, but it was also April Fool's Day, so it was April 1st, so I thought that was rather fitting that a joke was played on us on Easter. But yeah, we had a lovely Easter. Had it, after we went to church, we went to my sister Kelsey's house for, Easter lunch, and it was very good. We all had a good time. All the kids played together. It was great. Our little wee rabbits. So, yeah. So, well, I hope you all had a nice Easter, too. So, let's see. It looks like spring is finally starting to arrive here. It was so slow in getting here. I was, oh my goodness, trying not to complain, but so hard. Trying just to, wait for it patiently. But it's finally starting to green up out there. The fruit trees are not quite blossoming yet, but they're getting really close, and we've got some wildflowers blooming in the woods, and yeah, so spring. The chicks are happy to finally be able to be outside somewhat. They are over a month old now. Well, yeah, because I talked about them in the last one, and that was 4 weeks ago. So yeah, but they are well over a month old now. So let's just go ahead and jump in with finished objects. I think I told you about this first thing in the last episode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. At least I had the fabric. For Easter, I wanted to make my bunnies and teacups fabric into a dress. I got the fabric from Janum on Etsy. She also has an Instagram. I'll put links to everything in show notes. Oh yeah, show notes will be on my blog, the Strawberry Cottage Journal, link below this video. So first off, okay, so I wanted to make, sorry, they need ironed, this one. But then, as I showed you on the last episode, I found this fabric on Sew Stitching Happy Etsy shop. And so, of course, everyone needs 2 bunny dresses, right? So I think I ended up, I made this one first, and I used the sleeve version. I usually make my dresses sleeveless, because then cardigans fit over them really nicely, but I just wanted to do sleeves for some reason this time. And I do like these little short sleeves. The pattern I used for both of these, just for the bodice really, is McCall's 2575. It's from the year 2000, I believe. Yep, copyright 2000. I did View D for the bunnies and teacups, and then View C for the bunnies and wellies with umbrellas. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think I shortened the waist about 1 inch because I'm short, so that's what I usually do. Sorry I didn't iron these first. You can see pictures of me in them on Instagram, and I will put some pictures in the show notes too. I won't insert them on here because they're always grainy for some reason, the app I use to edit my videos, so that'll be in the show notes. What can I tell you about this? It's got 2 darts in the front, 2 darts in the back. I always pick up vintage zippers at thrift stores whenever I find them. This one's an old metal one. I love them so much. They always are in the best colors, and I just love to use them. And then the skirts for both of these is just 2 widths of the fabric, about, I think I cut it 22 inches long, because like I said, I'm pretty short, so it finishes above the knee, a little bit above the knee, which is how I like my dresses. So yeah, here's the bunnies and teacups. Oh, so cute. So glad I finally used that fabric. I had gotten it before Christmas, and just now worked it up. And then here's the cute little bunnies and wellies. Oh, the bunnies and teacups fabric, I think, is Quilt Gate, printed in Japan. So cute. Not sure what the name of the line of fabric is, but then this one is Penny Rose Fabrics, Bunnies and Blossoms, designed by Lauren Nash. I'll put links to all the pertinent information in the show notes. But this one, I did a yellow zipper to pick up on the yellow in it. Isn't that fun? That way, in case it shows, it coordinates, and it's really cute. So yeah, this one I did sleeveless, and I like to line my bodices rather than using facings. Facings just bug me, and I can never get them quite right, so I just lined it with some plain white muslin cotton fabric. So yeah, really happy with that one too. And they fit really nice. I'm really happy with that pattern. I think I will use this pattern from now on for my dress bodices. I really, really like it. So, yep, that's that one. And then my next finished object is, okay, last time I was telling you that I was pattern testing, and I couldn't show you it quite yet. I was going to wait till she released the pattern for sale, and she has. Frederika Creates. She's on Instagram. Oh my goodness, she just makes the most beautiful, beautiful crocheted creations. And she was given a shout out like, hey, I need some pattern testers. Email me if you're interested. And I emailed her, never thinking she would get back to me, because, you know, I'm just always like, oh, yeah, probably won't happen, but at least I put it out there. And she said, yeah, you can be one of my pattern testers. So I'm so excited. This is the first thing I've ever tested for anyone. So it was really fun to do, excuse me. It is her Spring Blossoms Blanket is the pattern. I just made 8 of the squares, and I made them into a table runner. So, like, doing the pattern, it was so fun to, like, go through it, and it was almost like solving a mystery, like, okay, is this how it's supposed to be, or is it supposed to have such and such, and, you know, emailed her back and forth, and, she's Dutch, I believe, so I had to check the English, too, you know, tell her if something was misspelled or typo or whatever, so that was fun too, checking for that. But I really enjoyed it, and I just love this pattern so much. It needs blocked or starched or something. It's a little wobbly edged. I need to straighten that out, but it's just so pretty, and it looks so nice on our coffee table. The yarns I used were an assortment of different knit picks cottons that I had in my stash. Mostly, let's see, a couple of them are Stroll Sport, a couple of them are Comfy Sport, and then this one is Kotlin, which is actually the same as I'll talk about this later though, same as this, and that's actually a DK, so it's a bit bigger than the others, so I don't know what I was thinking. And then this one is a fingering of Comfy, Knit Picks Comfy. So it's smaller than the others, but I'm wondering if after I block it, it'll all work out and they'll look right. But if not, I might end up taking those two off and just having the 6 that are all sport weight. But then there's the pretty little scalloped edge and the pretty join. I didn't do that one just right, but it's not her fault. That's my fault. Yeah, so I'm really happy with this. And the pattern is available for purchase on Frederika's Etsy shop, in her Etsy shop. I'll put a link to that in the show notes also. And I highly recommend making this pattern because it's so pretty. And it would be such a nice blanket too, which is what it's meant to be. But you could use these squares really for anything. Anything that you think of. So, yes, I love that. So there's that. Okay. That is my only other finished object, actually. No, it's not. I lied. I have a pair of socks. Okay, these are my Easter egg socks. Remember a couple episodes back, I think it was, I showed you guys I was making this sock pattern, and I was inspired actually first by macaroons, which is the little bag I have them in, is a prototype of my bag in macaroon fabric. And so the little baubles I thought looked like kind of like the tops of macaroons, and then the squiggly line was meant to be like the filling of a macaroon, kind of squishing out. But then as I was making it, I was like, actually, that makes me think so much of an Easter egg. And it was before Easter when I was making them, and so I think I put it to you guys, like, which do you think? Should it be the macaroon sock, or should it be the Easter egg sock? And it was kind of divided. You guys were both like, oh, I like both names. But I think we settled upon Easter egg sock. And I think it really does look like an Easter egg. So that's what we're going with. The yarn is Knit Picks Chroma Fingering. Apparently all I buy is Knit Picks. The color is Sugar Cookie. It looks very much like a mermaid to me. But that's okay. Sugar Cookie's a sweet name too. And, oh yeah, I have to. They're not blocked. I don't block things. I don't even have sock blockers, but yeah. They're really soft, really pretty. I forget. I don't have the yarn band with me. I forget what it is. Made of. I know it's washable wool of some kind. So I didn't do them exactly matching. I did them just coordinating instead. Because this was the first one I made, and all the purplies were the design. And then on the second one, I wanted the greens to be the design, just out of curiosity for how it would look like. How it would look. The heel is heel flap and gusset. The toe is, I think it's just the normal toe. I think that's called a wedge toe, I believe. Kitchener for the toe. Top down. And while I was making the second one, if you follow me on Instagram, you know, I was writing down what I did as I went. So I will be putting a post on my blog of the actual pattern if you want to make them. So, if you want to. Yeah. I'm really happy with them. The only thing I didn't like about this yarn was, you see how the color like gradually changes into the next one? There were spots in the yarn where it would like stop and a new color would be tied in and not in the graduated color. That really bugged me, so like I would pull it off until I got to the right point to where it would do the graduated thing again, and I had to do that a couple times. That really irritated me, so I don't know if I'd be buying that yarn again, but it is really pretty, really soft. It'll feel really nice on my feetsies. So other than that, if you can deal with that, get it. If that's going to bug you, don't. That's all I had to say on the matter. So, yeah. Okay. Needles I use. I don't have any fancy needles. I just have mostly what like my grandma and people have given me. These are just some vintagey double pointed needles. I've never knit a sock on a circular needle. I always use double pointed. So that's the way the pattern will be written, but I'm sure that you just use a circular needle if you so desire. At least that's, I assume, how it works. I can't say for sure because I've never done it. But okay, there is the socks. That is all my finished objects. So, okay, so next we will do, let's do oldie but a goodie. Okay, what I'm wearing is my oldie but goodie. This is my capped sleeve top. What's it called? Yeah, just capped sleeve top from Debbie Bliss Beach Bells booklet. This is one of my all-time favorite pattern booklets because it's in such a vintagey style. This is from 2010, so it's getting on in years. But yeah, this cap sleeve top, goodness, I made it quite a few years ago. Not in 2010, I don't think. It was probably a couple years after the book came out. But yeah, so I've had this for quite a while. It is knit out of, as I said, Knit Picks Cotlin, C-O-T-L-I-N. It's a mix of cotton and linen, obviously. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I knit it in conch and white, maybe. I don't know what the white's called. Swan, maybe? I can't remember what the white was called, but it's the white of the Cotlin. It might just be called white. But, here, I'll model it for you. I love the little cap sleeves, and then how the body just kind of skims down. It's really, really comfortable to wear. And the top kind of does this little rolly thing. Sometimes it does it better than other times, depending on how I'd write it, I guess. I think I might have accidentally thrown it in the dryer the last time, but it's just cotton, so it's not that big of a deal. But, yeah, I really like this top. I get a lot of wear out of it. So comfy. Yeah, I think I might maybe even make another one at some point. So, yeah, that's this. I don't think I have anything else to say about that. So, that's my oldie but a goodie for today. So, let's go ahead and move on to works in progress. This work in progress is very nearly finished. It is my Sherbet Scallops Cardi. If you remember in the last episode, I showed you some vintage yarn that I got from a thrift store. And this was the colors mint, yellow, and pink. And I made this raglan sleeved cardigan. The sleeve seams aren't done yet, but I'll kind of try it on for you. I just need to do the front bands. I wanted it kind of big, like chunky. Well, it's worsted weight yarn, and so I wanted it kind of oversized, but I'm not sure if it's not too oversized on top. So that's why it's kind of at a standstill, is because I'm kind of just looking at it going, oh, I don't know, is that just too big? So maybe I should just go ahead, stitch up the arm sleeves, and block it and see what it looks like, and then decide what I want to do about front bands, or I don't know what. So, okay. I knit it in the round, well, not in the round, just all in one, because it's a cardigan, from the bottom, like the front and back together. And then, when I divided for the sleeves, then it went in separate pieces. And the sleeves, I knit flat until it came to, and separately, until it came to the arm, the sleeve cap shaping. Sorry, losing words here. And then I like joined it all together to do the raglan decreases so that I could do my scallop that I did. So see where I joined in the new color. I think I remember telling you that I wanted to do a color block cardigan, but rather than just changing to the next color, I did scallops in between. So, and then in the sleeve shaping there. So yeah, so I'm really happy with how it's turning out. It too reminds me of an Easter egg. Apparently I'm in an Easter egg type mood, even though Easter's over now. But I'm calling it Sherbet Scallops because it's kind of the colors of sherbet and it's got scallops. So yeah. And then for the front button band, if I end up doing it, I was thinking of either doing the pink for it or doing this contrasting in this blue that I also got at the same time, because that would look kind of nice together, I think. But I'm not sure if I want to add in a fourth color or just keep it to the 3. And then also, I'm not sure if I want to do regular button bands or somehow do a scalloped button band. Not really quite sure how I'm going to do that, but those are my thoughts, and that's what I'm playing around with, and that's why it's at a standstill also. It's because I'm not sure what I want to do with the button band. So, yeah. Maybe inspiration will strike, and I will continue on with it. But now since it's warming up, I don't really need a heavy wool sweater. Although it would work nice as just a jacket, too, because I made it, like, boyfriend sweater length. Well, I don't know if it's quite boyfriend sweater length. But, yeah. So, that's my thoughts on that. I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys about that. Okay, next work in progress is a crochet project. I put a picture of this on Instagram yesterday, and since then I've actually ripped it all out and started over. Now, I got this top at a secondhand store. It's like a short, boxy top, which is really comfy, and I love the chambray. It's such a good color, and yeah, it's so soft. But as that style of short, boxy tops doesn't really suit me, I wanted to extend it into a tunic to be more flattering. So I have done that with this pretty blush colored yarn. Or am doing it. It's not completed yet. It's Ice Yarns. Sally Cotton. It's a super fine, it says. I'd say like a light fingering, if that's such a thing. It's 47% cotton, 47% acrylic, and 6% elastin. So elastic, I guess. This yarn I got at a secondhand store. I love thrift stores, in case you haven't noticed. But, yeah, I got 4 balls of this lovely yarn, and it is springy. I guess that's from the elastic. But, at first when I had done this, I started out with like a scallopy type thing going on, but when I tried it on, it flared out too much, and I wanted it to be straight like the top itself, not to flare out like a peplum or a ruffle. So I've just started doing, I just blanket stitched on, and then in each top of the blanket stitch I did 2 double crochets, trebles for you Brits, and then on the next row I did 1 double, chain 1, skip a space, 1 so that there's 1 double, so that there's a little space in between each one, and then the next row just plain double crochets. So the first time I had done it, I did 3 stitches in each little top of the blanket stitch, and I think that actually is what was making it flare out. It was just too many stitches. But I am kind of liking the simplicity of this, and once I get it, excuse me, to the length that I want, then I'll do some pretty scallopy detail at the bottom to make it more pretty and lacy, which is the look I'm going for with this. But I love the blush with the chambray, don't you? And then the back has this cool detail of little cutout type thing, and I'm thinking of somehow doing some crochet in between each one of those two, just for fun, and to kind of bring the pink to the top too. I probably won't do it to the sleeves because I don't want it too matchy-matchy, but I think since this has this neat detail in the back, that would be really pretty to add in some pink in there somehow. So, more on that to come, but I am really happy with how it's looking so far. So it'll probably be, let's see, it's about 2.5 inches extra right now. I'll probably want it to be at least, I'd say, at least 5 inches, if not 6 altogether. So it's got a little ways to go. Let's see. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But I'm really excited about this project. I think it's going to be so pretty when it's done. Okay, so my only other work in progress, per se, is I'm painting my little chicken coop. And I'm painting it Annie Sloan Duck Egg, which is pretty much the best color ever. And I have used up this whole little sample pot. It's cracky. And I have a little bit left to do, so I'm going to have to get another little sample pot. But this cover's so nice. I mean, it's pricey, but it covers so nice that it's kind of worth it. And it's like the best color ever. And I'm all about color. So, yeah, I think the chickens will be really happy in their duck egg colored little coop. So, I took a little video of it, and I will insert it here if I end up liking the video. If not, I might not. So if it's here, you'll know, and if it's not, you won't. So here it is. Here's my little coop. The girls love it so far. Don't you, Daisy? Don't you, Daisy? You nosy girl. I painted it Annie Sloan Duck Egg Blue. All except for right here where I've run out. I want to put a little window box under here. Maybe put some pansies or geraniums or something in it. Wouldn't that be sweet? And all this white is just primed. It needs a nice heavy-duty outdoor paint on it. Oh, actually, it does need painted in there and up there as well. And then I was thinking of painting, let's see, here's the nest box. This is no nests yet, they're too little. It's all poopy in there. But thinking of painting inside, either leave it this brown or paint it yellow or white or something bright, although then it might look gross. We'll see. So, yeah, I love it though, it's so sweet. Little coop. And it'll be on wheels so we can move it around to fresh grass. Right now they're just on concrete, poor things. And it will be electrified too against predators. So we've got a little bit of work left to do. Hey Penny. Hey pretty girl. Look at Vera's pretty feet. Feather feet. Vera. It's easy. Silly goose. So yep, the chickens are pretty happy in their little coop. Let's see, next let's do some looky what I've got. I won another giveaway. Man, I have been so lucky lately. I won a yarn giveaway from Indie Dyer called Clark Elle, and she just started, her name's Jennifer, she just started a podcast as well. I think she just put out her second episode just today, maybe even. So here is the yarn that I won. I was so happy. It was her April Yarn Club, and she was inspired by some bird feathers. So it's some browns down here and some pretty turquoise over here, which aqua turquoise, I think, my favorite color. So I was so happy about this. And this is just so squidgy and nice and wonderful. It's 100% superwash merino, and it is fingering weight, and it is 490 yards to 100 grams. So I will put links to all of her Instagram, her Etsy shop, all of that, so that you can see the wonderfulness of what she makes. So this is what I got, but she so sweetly sent a skein for you all as well. So here it is. It is spring flowers, and it is so beautiful. Actually, I want it, but I know it's for a giveaway, so I can't have it. I could buy my own, I'm sure. But so this is for one of you lucky podcast subscribers. So to win this, you need to get on the Ravelry group, the Strawberry Patch, and there will be a thread for you to enter to win this on. And you will have to, let's see, answer a question. The question will be, okay, so like I'm super into gardening right now because it's spring, and I love gardening in the spring. Not so much in the summer, but in the spring, I love gardening. How about you say your favorite thing to grow, if you're a gardener? If you're not a gardener, just say your favorite thing to see growing, I guess. So, yeah, so flower, vegetable, anything like that. But this is the spring flowers from Clark Elle. So beautiful. And this is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. 463 yards, 100 grams, fingering weight. This would make some beautiful socks. Look at the speckly goodness in there. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and then, yeah, so there's that. I'm thinking I'll probably make socks out of mine. I don't know what socks yet, but that's the plan. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. This is so soft too. Oh, I want this, but it's for you guys. So, okay. That is the giveaway. Get on there. I do ask that you be a member of the group to enter it. So, that. And then, next, what do I have to tell you about? Okay, I'll tell you about some of my ideas. Like I said, in the spring, I'm really into gardening. Oh wait, I still have more looky what I got. But this goes with that. So, segue into that. I bought some seeds from Botanical Interests. They have the most beautiful seed packets. First of all, it was so beautifully packaged. This box. And they sent this little calendar in there too, which is very nice. And it's got different, it's not March, it's April. Different of their seed packets on there with some cool information and things, and it's just so pretty. Each one of their seed packets has a botanical illustration on it, which is just so beautiful. They sent me a couple lettuce mix as a thank you too. Yay! And then, because all I ordered was 4 packets of flowers, I got these hollyhocks. these foxgloves, these cottage pinks, and these stocks, because I want a cottage garden. Even if I don't have a cottage, I can have a cottage garden, right? So these pretty flowers should help me along in that endeavor. And yeah, I had just recently read in, what did I read? Beatrix Potter's Gardening Life. I shared it on the last episode, that the word pink in the English language of the color pink is named for pinks, the flower, not the other way around. I thought that was really interesting because pink originally meant to perforate or cut, you know, like in a zigzag manner, like pinking shears make a zigzaggy line, and that's like the edges of pinks, which are a carnation type flower. So I thought that was super interesting. But yeah, I'm really excited to plant those. I hope they'll do well. Yeah, that book, the Beatrix Potter's Gardening Life, was just really a good book. I've already returned it to the library, so I can't show it to you guys again. But just her love of gardening really is encouraging me to garden again. And the fact that I read that she wasn't like the tidiest gardener. She had weeds in her garden, which maybe I shouldn't have learned that. Maybe I should have learned that she was so particular that there was never a weed in her garden, because I can tend to let the weeds go a little bit too much. But it was just kind of encouraging that, you know, her garden wasn't perfect either, but she sure enjoyed it. So I've been thinking about gardening clothes, so segue into ideas. I got this Ralph Lauren skirt at the thrift store, and whenever they put a red slash through their tags like that, that means it's only a quarter. So it had been there long enough that I got this beautiful linen skirt for 25 cents, but it's too big for me, and I didn't actually want to wear it. This isn't a style of skirt that I would really normally wear, so I got it mostly for the fabric, because the background is that beautiful duck egg type color, and it's got the pretty pink flowers, and it's just so beautiful, and linen's just such a nice fabric, isn't it? So I'm thinking I'm going to make this into a pinafore. I saw a really cute one on Pinterest. It was denim, and the gal wearing it was Alice Fowler, who is a gardening personality, I guess, in England, I think. So I just discovered that she writes gardening books, and my library does have one of her books, so I've put a hold on that and ordered it in from another branch, so I'm excited to be reading that. But anyway, the pinafore was so cute. She was wearing in this picture, it was just a band around here that was like fitted, and then straps, like overall straps, and then just like lightly gathered kind of smock type thing going on. So I want to make something like that out of this. That would be so cute. And then I've also been inspired just lately by Cabbages and Roses overalls. Well, I'd call them overalls, but they're probably called dungarees in England. So I want to make, they had pink striped ones, pink and white stripes, and I want to do that, but I didn't realize that I wanted to do that until after I decided against purchasing pink and white striped vintage sheets at the thrift store. When I went back, of course, they were gone. I was like, why do I do this? This is why I pretty much can never say no to something vintage at the thrift store, because if I say no, I regret it. And then it's gone. But obviously, it wasn't meant to be, but maybe something like that is in my sewing future, if I can find the right fabric. So yeah, that's my plan for that. Not necessarily pink striped ones, maybe some chambray ones or something would be really nice and comfy, because they're like loose and baggy and just looked so comfortable and wonderful. So yeah, that is my sewing plans. And that is that. And next I think I will show you my bags. I got to say too that I got that, you see that straw hat hanging up there? I got that for $1 at a thrift store, and that I got to wear gardening. And it's so funny because then I saw on the Cabbages and Roses website they have like a big old straw hat like that for sale for crazy money too, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so much like the straw hat I just got. So I was happy I got that one. But anyway, back to, I want to show you the bags that I have to list on Etsy. I've had these bags done for quite a while, and I just keep putting off listing them because I actually keep feeling like anxiety over listing them. I don't know why. I think I just need to do it and then see if people want them, great. If not, oh well, I can pawn them off on people as birthday gifts. But so this is what I have to list, and I'm hoping to get that done today. So first I have this is going to be my small sized bag. Good for a sock project. Here it is in the macaroon fabric with a lavender flannel lining and a little pocket with rickrack. I've got the little pretty ribbon with a D-ring for your progress keepers, stitch markers, things of that nature. And then it's got a lavender zip and little turquoise tab ends for a finished look, and my little Miss Strawberry Mix label. So that one will be going up. And then this is also the small size, but this is in this pretty rose flannel. It's also got this. It's also got a lavender zipper, lavender tab ends in this case, lavender flannel lining. These are both flannels, but they're there's a very stiff interfacing inside for sturdiness, and yep, little pocket in there too. And then I also have matching of what will be my medium size. I don't have any of the large ones made right now, but this is being classified as medium for medium sized projects, whatever that may be. Same tab dealio, pink zipper in this case, and the pocket inside this one is double. It's like 2 pockets, but on the same side with just a stitch separating them. So there's that one. And they all have boxed bottoms. The boxed bottom gets bigger the bigger the bag gets, obviously. And yep. And then this one is, I had actually made for my cousin, but it was bigger than she was expecting, so I said, oh, I just made her a smaller one. I could tell it was not quite what she was thinking. So it does not have the little tab thingy because she's not a maker. It was just going to be for baby things. She's got a little baby boy. But she loves dogs, and this is the London Pups flannel. It's got all different little London type dogs, like a corgi with a crown on. Obviously it's the queen. Little poodle pouring tea. A little postman pup. I'm not sure what kind of pup that's meant to be. And a bulldog that's a constable. And that she loves bulldogs especially. So for the pocket, I put the bulldog on there. It doesn't have the double-sized pocket in this one, so I might price this one differently since it's a little different, and it's just got blue striped lining. And I tucked my tag on the inside of this one because it does not go very well with the primary colors. But that one will be on there too, and that's the medium size. So that is that. Hope to get those listed. Just so that I feel like maybe if I go ahead and list them, I'll stop feeling like apprehensive about it. I don't know what my problem is, but anyway. And then, well, part of it I was hoping to have like a bigger amount to list at once, but then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, but so I hope to get these listed on my Etsy. Oh yeah, I'll put a link to my Etsy shop too. It's Miss Strawberry Makes on Etsy. So, I think that is all I have to tell you guys today. Share with you. I feel like that's quite a bit. Hopefully this doesn't go on too long. Yeah. So I hope you are having lovely springtime wherever you are. Well, if you're in the southern hemisphere, I guess it's not springtime, it's fall. But, anyway, hope you're having a lovely time, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Happy making! Bye!